Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Shadow Zapdos in the current Color Cup, and this is definitely one of the best core breakers for the current meta. You're going to see in today's video as well. Also, you hopefully hear that my voice is a little bit better as well, getting a little bit better, still not fully there, but hopefully gonna be a bit better for the next few videos as well. Anyway, we're gonna take a look here at now Charjabug against the Ferrothorn. Charjabug, also a Pokemon that I barely really see, but has a lot of potential currently. Here against the Ferrothorn, we're going to be able to basically resist every single hit that the opponent would have access to, unless I think they're purified and give it return. But Charjabug is very, very spammy, has options with especially Extra here, doing some very solid damage against most of the current meta, and there are quite a lot of Grass-type Pokemon around and Flying-type Pokemon around, which makes it a very, very solid pick for the current meta that we are playing in. We're gonna see the Gastrodon up against the opponent's Kingdra. We can take an Outrage, kinda, and we can kinda now see on what Zapdos can do. And that's kinda what I try to do most of the time. I try to a lot of times just try to focus on getting my Zapdos into position to sweep the entire team, because there's basically nothing that can take this Pokemon, and as you can see already, the opponent decides to forfeit immediately. So, very solid elite matchup here. We're going to have the Kingdra against our Gastrodon. Gastrodon, having access to Body Slam, it's not really doing a lot of damage, but it's going to pressure Shadow Kingdra. I know the opponent going to let the move go through, but at the end of the day, like, we could go for the full farm down here after one shield, and I'm going to be totally happy about this. Shadow Kingdra, a very good Pokemon right now in the current meta. Basically, no Pokemon can really answer it, but yeah, maybe might be something for a different video as well. But here we're going to see again Ferrothorn coming in, which means they're going to be definitely weak against my Bug or Electric type in the back as well, because this is not a great matchup for them at all. Like here we're going to do some neutral damage against them the entire time, while they do the entire time resisted damage. So you see already this is a matchup that we are clearly winning with our Charjabug. But then again, do I want to use my shields here? What do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? I decided to go for the Exeter. They are very likely going to use a shield here if they decide to go into Ferrothorn already. And what I think is the best bet here is to let the move go through, and maybe even stop out into the Zapdos here. And Zapdos can now get some extra energy, and as you will see, there's going to be the Jellicent in the back. And I decided to let the move go through. I thought this was a Bubble Beam. I did not know that Surf could reach that fast with this fast move of Hex, so that was my mistake. I thought, oh, no way at Shadow Ball yet. Should be something like a Bubble Beam. It was a Surf, and that makes it a little bit more awkward, but not awkward enough for us to win, to lose this battle here, because we can still win it, because we can still go for a Discharge, and now we have the Ferrothorn against our Gastrodon, which has a Body Slam. That's going to seal the deal, and we can move on to the next opponent now. So, we're going to have Gastrodon against the Abomasnow. That is going to be the one core breaker for this team. Abomasnow is going to be very difficult to deal with. That's definitely something I can say, and I'm always honest with every single team that I'm talking about. This team struggles against Abomasnow. It is not, like, impossible to win, for sure not. But you have to kind of play around it. Like, you kind of have to get yourself into a position where you have energy, for example, on your Zapdos, or even energy on your Gastrodon would be very good, because it's going to allow you to go for Body Slam spam, and while Body Slam got nerfed, it's still going to be okay for you. And so my hope here is that I am going to see the opponent going for a Brine early, which they didn't, and I wanted to get some more energy on my own Zapdos, but yeah, I can still swap out by only getting one fast move in. I have a shield advantage though, so there might still be a chance. I decided to go for the Drill Peck here against the opponent's Coalfish, because I know they're going to go for the Awkward Tail anyway. I was hoping it would knock them out. It did not knock them out. And I decided to let the move go through here, because I know that they're going to have the Abomasnow in the back. But I was just hoping that they don't run the move of Icy Wind. Icy Wind would be basically an instant loss for us. And they have Icy Wind. So yeah, good game there. So what I tried to do, of course, is try to go for 3 Body Slams against the opponent there, hoping that they have Weather Ball, but they didn't have Weather Ball. There was nothing that I really was able to do there. It was just kind of an unfortunate matchup. Unfortunate matchup is also every kind of Toxapex against this team, because there is nothing that Toxapex can do against us. Like, our entire team completely destroys this Pokemon. And so we can go for another Earth Power, gonna be able to get the KO here. And let's see what is coming in next. It is going to be, a Superior. We can swap out into our Charjabug. To be fair, it is better to go into your other Pokemon, into the Zapdos. Zapdos is going to be a little bit squishier, so for example here, if I had the Zapdos in, we wouldn't take super effective damage there. We would have been... Wait. They had a 497 CP Marowak, which I did not see in the beginning. And of course, now everything doesn't really matter anyway, because we're going to guarantee win this battle. interesting choice from the opponent for sure. We're gonna see here the Talonflame against us. And you might think, oh, that's a little bit of a silly matchup here. Going into a Bug-type Pokemon against a Fire-type, that cannot be great, right? You underestimate the Charger Bug here, because what we want to do is we still want to get another charge move off and get the shield advantage with that one, or switch advantage. But even if the opponent decides to go ahead and go for the full farm down here, look at the HP of the opponent. They can only go for one charge move anyway, and I will be able to fully farm them down just with our Zapdos, which is gonna be great, because guess what, now we have a ton of energy on a Shadow Zapdos, and they have a Morpeko on the back, and I catch the move. That's going to be great. That's going to be actually very important to catch the move here as well. It's going to be the Aura Wheel, of course, doing next to no damage here, and I can try to get some damage onto the opponent as they're gonna swap out with some new moves stored. I have to hope that basically when the CMP tie against the Morpeko, we should be able to do that, right? Like, Shadow Zapdos is one of the squishiest Pokemon that you can have in the Go Battle League. And yeah, it has an overall stat ranking of 1656, which is really, really low. Of course, the Shadow bonus is giving us even more attack. But yeah, Morpeko is actually sitting at basically the exact same. So it's going to be a close one there, depending on who has more attack. And the opponent in this case has more attack, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. We can move on to the next opponent. So, Morpeko has an attack stat of 138.8 if it has basically perfect IVs, which nobody really has. A lot of people have actually just the normal catch IVs, which are from like Go Battle League rewards and something like this, so like 10 minimum, then you would have like around 141.5 attack, while Zapdos has 135.6. Mine has like, I think, you can see it on the side anyway, has like a close to 15 attack. It doesn't even get close. Like, we're never going to be able to win CMP tie against Morpeko with our Zapdos. That's something I just wanted to research real quick on the side because I was interested in it. Also, interested in knocking out the opponent's Morpeko here. In comes the Jumpluff. And again, like you see already on how strong basically that Zapdos is, because yeah, good game to the opponent here. There's nothing that they can do anymore. It is going to be game over already. The opponent still has 2 Pokemon left, but not for long, because guess what? It is basically yeah, impossible for them to win. So that's going to be great for us, as the opponent gonna go and forfeit the battle anyway. Next up, we're going to have here the yeah, Typhlosion, and we're going to see also swap out into the Quagsire. That's something I don't really like here about this team though. That's the one Pokemon I don't really like to battle against, other than, I guess, Abomasnow. I think I just misplayed this, to be fair. I should have just stayed in with my lead for a little bit, get the opponent a little bit lower. I think this would have been great, but it is what it is. As we will see here, we're going to be able to still go for another Drill Peck. This is going to knock out the opponent. We're going to get out the Typhlosion. We're still going to be able to go for, I think, 2 more Drill Pecks actually here. The first one's coming through now. That's going to allow us to get, a ton of damage. Should have went for the Thunderbolt then. Thunderbolt we would have reached as well in time. This is actually a big mistake now. Thunder Punch is coming through, and I decided to go into my Charger Bug, expecting that they would go into a Pokemon where I don't really have a good play anyway with my lead, and that worked out super well. So going into the Bug type against the Fire type Pokemon is usually not really the smartest idea, but if you expect the opponent to swap out anyway, because yeah, they don't really want to get farmed down there as well, it is definitely something that was worth thinking about. As you now see here, Excel going at the shield. Sadly, it's just neutral because of how yeah, things are happening here. We're going to see as well the Frenzy Plant is gonna get shielded from us. We're gonna be able to still go for another charge move here. It is gonna be the Exeter, and we try our best to go for another move, but it doesn't work out, and so we have to rely on getting still to another Body Slam here. And I was thinking that the opponent mostly want to swap out, but they decided to stay in here, which is great for us, as now we're gonna be able to now get the KO, and in comes the Typhlosion, which cannot even knock us out from this range. Moving on, we're going to have the Shadow Alone Marowak against us again. We're going to have a Credilli now coming up. And we're going to see here as well that we're going to try our best with the Exeter. Should have maybe went into my other Pokemon, but it is what it is. Should have maybe went into my Zapdos. But, oh, here actually the Exeter is going to be super effective. Never mind me then. Completely forgot that Rock Slide, like Rock typing there, is not going to be able to resist our hits. So that's going to be great. But yeah, let's take a look at this. We're going to be able to go for the full... We could have went for the full farm down most likely there, but as we will see, we're going to be able to knock them out, and we have now the Marowak coming in again. As we will see here, the Gastrodon going to be able to completely destroy the Marowak of the opponent. We're still shields down, which is not really ideal, so yeah, that is what it is. We're going to have here another Earth Power coming in. the opponent would be able to, of course, just let the move go through if they want to keep the shield for the final one, but they're going to have a Gastrodon in the back. Is it still winnable Pokemon here to battle? I don't think it is, because here's the issue, Drill Peck is not even going to be close to doing enough damage, and that is going to be a bit of a tricky one. Yeah, Drill Peck is going to allow us to get them low. We can still go for another move here, but yeah, it is kind of a good game there anyway. We will see here as well the opponent going for another Body Slam. It's going to allow us to still survive, and they swap out and knock us out. Good game there. There's another game definitely coming up as well that I'm very excited about, but yeah, stay tuned for that one as well, I would say. We will see here the Quagsire coming in. Quagsire this time around I decided to stay in, which is mostly the better play to do. The issue here with Quagsire is just that there's rock type coverage, which is going to be very difficult for the yeah, for our backline, because our backline is going to be weak to the rock typing, so it is not really ideal, especially because we also part electric type Pokemon back there. So basically, yeah, Quagsire is the only Pokemon that is quite difficult, as it is just, yeah, basically a perfect answer for it. Like, it's literally the perfect answer. Other water and ground type Pokemon just don't have the rock type coverage, which is great for us, but here in this case they have, and that's going to be a bit tricky. So, anyway, Drill Peck is coming through. We're gonna see here as well that we're gonna try our best to go for another Drill Peck here as well. This is going to allow us to get the KO, and we will see as well that the Quagsire comes back in, and we can go for another Drill Peck. And oh wow, look at this. This is perfect. This is literally perfect, as you are going to see here the opponent having a Kingdra in the back. This is going to be definitely a very, very solid one here, as he can go ahead and go for the Exeter against the opponent. This is going to allow us to do a ton of damage, and we're going to try our best to reach another move. Can they knock us out with an outrage? They have to go for an outrage here in order to do anything. They can knock us out, but we still have the Mud Slap spam, and that's going to be it for this game. So looking for my favorite game, this was hopefully not it, but let's find out here. We're going to swap out into our Charger Bug. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a trickier one here. It is going to be at least okay for us that they stay in it. They have Weather Wall, which they're going to reveal already, and they have a Gastrodon in the back. Misplay this one as well. Show 1 for 2 fast moves, not 1 here. Is more energy efficient if I go for 2 fast moves against the Mud Slap user. Here in this case, it was actually a little bit scary, because at the end of the day, yeah, they are going to be able to go for the full farm down here, I thought, but no, they cannot, and so we still have some play. So, what can we do here, basically? We have to go into our own Gastrodon, we can let the move go through, but afterwards I can hopefully fully farm them down with my Thunder Shock variant of Zapdos. I need to get some energy somehow, and I do get the energy, and I decide to swap out into their Abomasnow. That's going to be fine, because now we're going to have at least a lot of pressure onto them. This would most likely nearly one-shot them, and I just hope that they don't swap out after this one. This would be really nice if they would not swap out. And they do not swap out, and then they did swap out into the Starmie, and they did more damage than I expected. And I wonder if it would have been better to go for a Drill Peck here, but I don't think a Drill Peck would have knocked them out from this range, and sadly I'm gonna lose this battle. Starmie, not a Pokemon that I really expected, but a Pokemon that's actually really solid here as well, so I guess it does make sense, but this is going to be it for this game, and we can move on to the final one. I think this is hopefully the one that, yeah, this is my favorite game of them all, because there was so much stupidity in there, but it was still hilarious. So, XL Lilip, shout out to you, crazy there. Also, they get the boost immediately. This completely changes everything, by the way, because otherwise this move here I think would have one-shot them or something like this, but it would have been just way easier for me anyway, of course, because yeah, a double boost really helps somehow. I know it sounds crazy, but double boost from something like an Ancient Power is quite impactful, especially if you get it early on. And yeah, look at the damage, it does barely anything. And so, I am now in a position where I wonder on how I really play around it. And I decide to swap out into the Gas, and you might think, oh, that's stupid. They have Grass, they're gonna knock you out. They do. But you know what they don't know? Is that Zapdos is there. And Zapdos needs a little bit of help in terms of having a shield, and in terms of having a shield still sitting in the back there in terms of the Charger Bug. But Zapdos is hungry. Zapdos is a lot of fun in this meta. And as I said before, this Pokemon is the best meta breaker by far. And as you see, yeah, oh, they have Credillia in the back. They're going to one-shot me with a Rock Slide. Oh no, we have to go for another charge move here. It's going to be the Drill Peck. It's not going to two-shot them either. It's going to be so bad. Oh wait, we're going to be able to swap out into our Charger Bug, catch that Rock Slide. And now it's down to Can we win this with our Zapdos against something like a Poliwrath? I don't even need to overfarm. I know that I'm only going to get to 1 Drill Peck against the opponent's Credilli anyway. And so, this is it. Can we knock them out with the Drill Peck here? It's going to be close. Is it going to be enough? It is. And that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like. And I will see you then. Bye bye.